The real victims of Dubai Porta Potty and their dark experiences. A few months ago, we posted a video talking about the Dubai Porta Potty Instagram models and their confessions. A lot of people really liked that video, and in the comments, many were curious about the actual victims of the Dubai Porta Potty. So, today we're going to get into the stories of these real victims, their dark experiences, and how things went up. If you haven't heard about the strange term Dubai Porta Potty, count yourself lucky. But for those who are curious and sometimes find themselves wandering into weird corners of the internet late at night, here's a truly odd story for you. Before starting this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click on bell notifications. And if you watch this video till the end, you will be entered in our upcoming giveaways. A little while back, some TikTok videos started popping up talking about a pretty wild idea. Influencers supposedly getting paid to go to Dubai and, well, participate in some unusual activities involving toilets, all in exchange for money, fancy gifts, and even free stays in posh hotels. Now, most of the TikToks that followed were either people talking about it or giving summaries. Some even featured recordings of women who claimed to have been part of this bizarre arrangement, sharing details from their contracts or telling their unusual tales. It's definitely one of the weirdest stories you might come across. There's a video where a young woman seems really worried while reading a paper. In it, she agrees to go to Dubai, get tested for diseases, and do certain sexual things with a guy named Sultan Ali. She also talks about doing sexual stuff with someone younger related to the client. She says she'll get $25,000 before her trip, and the rest later. It's said there are videos online where women are treated terribly, like their toilets in Dubai. These videos involve poop and are really gross, so it's better not to watch them. People have been talking about these toilet videos since 2016, and there are stories and pictures about them online. They're only for people who are into sexual stuff, involving poop. The website where these videos are from seems to have started around 2021. Now, let's talk about another strange story shared by a TikToker and ex-flight attendant named Hocus Bogus 2.0. She recently revealed some unsettling experiences she had while working. According to her, there were influencers and models on flights who seemed to be involved in what she called business transactions. She explained that these passengers on their way to Dubai would eat a lot of high-fiber foods during the flight and proudly talk about their plans. It all felt a bit strange, and she decided to share everything she heard. Here's a breakdown. One day, a person in first class, who she called a friend, was eating a breakfast that was really high in fiber. This friend excitedly shared with Hocus Bogus 2.0 that someone else in first class was constantly talking about their fiber intake. Curious, the flight attendant started asking questions during a chat in the galley, the airplane's kitchen area. As she recounted the incident, she said they were sitting in the galley chatting like we usually do, and the girl was like, "Yeah, babes, I'm just trying to get my fiber in." And she's eating all this stuff like oatmeal, Greek yogurt. I didn't ask her anything, but she kept telling me, "I've got to get my fiber in, I've got to get my fiber in." Like she really wanted to share her little secret. So, it seems like there's something peculiar going on with passengers eating high-fiber meals on their way to Dubai, and Hocus Bogus 2.0 couldn't help but find it all quite weird. Another lady has shared a really upsetting story about Dubai Porta Potty experience. This is when she was tricked into doing something really gross in exchange for money. Before, we talked about how some women go to Dubai to be with rich Arab men who do strange things during intimate moments, like going to the bathroom in their mouths. Now, a lady from Ghana is telling her own story about this Dubai Porta Potty thing. She was fooled into it and didn't want to go through with all the gross stuff, so instead of getting the promised $18,000, she only got $5,700. She shared this secret story with someone she calls Auntie Amma because she felt the need to tell someone after seeing others talk about similar things. She met a woman on Facebook who traveled to Dubai a lot and claimed to make money by doing certain things. The victim thought it was just with one person and agreed to go with her, even though she couldn't afford it. The woman promised to pay for her, and she would pay her back later. When they got to Dubai, they didn't go to a hotel like she thought. Instead, they went to a big house owned by an Arab man. She realized he was the person she was supposed to be with. That night, the situation turned really bad, and the man demanded explicit things, even using violence and threats with a live snake. The next day, the woman who brought her insulted her and sent her back to Ghana with only $5,700. Now she's been dealing with the emotional and physical scars for almost a year and is thinking about ending her life. She tried reporting to the police, but they didn't help, making her feel even worse. In another story, a woman shared a strange experience where she was offered $16,000 to go to Dubai and allegedly fulfill a prince's bizarre fetishes, like having someone pee on her. Saint Mullen, who lives in London, talked about it on TikTok. She got a message on Instagram from someone who said they were a friend of a prince in Dubai. In her TikTok video, which lots of people watched, more than 2 million to be exact, she showed messages where they talked about the money they would pay her and what they wanted her to do. Saint, who makes videos and works as a personal trainer, told the Mirror newspaper that she never planned to go to Dubai. Instead, she kept talking to the person just to see how far they would go with the weird conversation. The messages said the prince, who's apparently super rich with 321 million, was throwing a yacht party and wanted Saint to be there because he thought she was really attractive. The prince was willing to pay her $16,000 to be at the party with him and his friend, which is a tiny bit of his total money. Some people have said before that influencers and models get invited to Dubai for strange things, but a lot of them don't tell the police about it. The invitation to Dubai got weird when the message said, "You won't have to pay anything in Dubai, but we need you to do something for us." They explained, "The prince and I have certain things we like, and if you help us with that, everything is on us." I can tell you what they are. The things they liked included feet, hands, and a strange thing with urination. When Saint said no, the person begged her to just do foot stuff. Saint said, "It was so random. I didn't know it had to do with the Dubai Porta Potty. I wasn't going to make a video about it, but then I saw other people going through the same thing, so I wanted to tell everyone to be careful." She added, "The cost didn't matter to me because I wasn't going to go anyway. I get messages from sugar daddies and stuff, but when you have a lot of followers, you get more messages and even scams." Nobody checked if the messages were really from someone connected to the Dubai prince. Saint thought the account was real, but she knows it might not be the person's personal account because it could be easily reported. Radha Sterling is the CEO of a group called Detained in Dubai. She told a newspaper called The Mirror that some famous people like social media influencers and artists have told her that they were invited to parties in Dubai. But when they got there, they were pressured into doing things of a sexual nature. Detained in Dubai helps people with legal problems in Dubai. It helps them with cases in both civil and criminal law. Dubai is a place in the United Arab Emirates, UAE, and the legal system there can be difficult to understand. According to Sterling, women who experienced these incidents felt scared to tell the police because they thought they might get in trouble or have their passports taken away. This would make it hard for them to leave Dubai if they wanted to. Sterling explained, "We've heard from a number of influencers and artists who went to Dubai for performances and events. However, they ended up being drawn into parties where they were pressured to do things they didn't want to do. Even though Dubai is known for being safe, it seems to be a risky place for people from the UK, and many women have faced sexual assault without getting justice." She also mentioned that she felt it was like trafficking, comparing it to a situation where something seems too good to be true, but it turns out not to be. This suggests that people need to be cautious, even in places that seem safe on the surface. That's it for today. So what are your thoughts on this weird Dubai porta potty? Let us know in the comments section.